Good day, students. Welcome again to an exciting educational video today. This is Dr. Luisito Masanga at your service. Thank you very much to those students from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao who are faithfully and consistently watching my educational video. A warm round of applause to all of you. Mabuhay! Today we are going to discuss about marketing channels, or this is also called the intermediaries. Let us move forward. Our learning outcomes for marketing channels. At the end of the tutorial video, students will be able to comprehend and analyze the growing importance of marketing channels. Number two, understand and learn the definition and functions of marketing channels. As you can see here, this is one example of a marketing channel, which is a wholesaler, and the other one is a retailer. So, if you are going to make a conceptual framework, so if this is the manufacturer, it goes to the wholesaler, and then it goes to the retailer, and then customers. So basically, this is the supply chain or value chain, and the intermediaries are this one, the wholesaler and retailer. And if you are going to remove this one, the intermediaries, this is called direct marketing channel, which is from manufacturer going to the customer, is called a direct marketing channel. An indirect marketing channel uses from manufacturer, it goes to the wholesaler and the retailer, and then to the customer, or the traditional marketing channel. So that is clearly understood, a direct marketing channel, an indirect marketing channel. You know, before, Michael Dell, at the age of 17 years old, the owner of Dell Computers, he removed the intermediaries, and the cost savings, they gave it to the customer. What I mean is that the unit price was reduced because of their savings removing the intermediaries. That was the business model of Michael Dell, the owner and president, CEO of Dell Computers, when he was 17 years old. Very brilliant. All right, let's move forward. Let us continue. Let us first define what is marketing channel, and let us try to investigate the functions of marketing channel. Well, a marketing channel, whether the producer is using is involved with the traditional indirect channel, or what we call the producer, then it goes to the wholesaler, and then it goes to the retailer, and to the manufacturer, customers, sorry. All right, so this is an indirect marketing channel. These intermediaries are external or outside, or they are not organic with the firm. So it means to say that there is an agreement between the producer, or between the wholesaler, or between the retailer. That is the negotiatory functions involved. No? And then the producer, the management team who is handling the marketing channel is directly involved in this process, no? From wholesaler to retailer down to the customer. And the basic function of this involvement of management is to achieve its distribution objectives. You know, in organization, there are different types of distribution. We have intensive distribution. When we say intensive distribution, products are sold at the majority of retail outlets. Products are exposed and saturated by so many retail outlets. The second type is selective. So, by the word alone, they have a criteria to be selected that you are involved in this process. And when we say selective distribution, the manufacturer relies on a very few intermediaries, such as a specialist retailers, to carry out their product. And the last is exclusive distribution. So when we say exclusive, the manufacturer relies on a very few retailers. Most commonly, if the item or product are branded or luxury items. So that is the distribution type and objective of the company. Again, a marketing channel is not organic with the company. So there are basically negotiatory functions like, for example, an agreement, a matrix for you to be qualified as an intermediary of a certain company. Like, for example, those Leslie Corporation, those are, producer uh, of snack foods like chippy, cheese curls, those things, no? Like, for example, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, no? The beverage company, they rely more on intermediaries, San Miguel products, no? Especially those in the beverage companies. They rely on intermediaries, but of course, they have their distinct distribution objectives. So, in other words, marketing channel helps organizations expand their reach to their customer and also their revenues and sales. However, each marketing channel will offer a different combination of coverage and performance. And so they may be used in combination. Marketing channels may include traditional distribution models, which include producers, wholesalers, and retailers, or a variants that cut out one or two components. Like what I mentioned, Dell and also Avon avoid wholesalers and retailers. They use their own warehouse and salespeople to sell to the consumers. That is the business model of Avon and Dell. So let us proceed. We are going to discuss the reasons of the growing importance of marketing channel. As we all know, because of the rapid change in technology and globalization, there is now what you call really the explosion of information technology and electronic commerce. That's one, growing importance of marketing channel. Number two, a greater difficulty in gaining a sustainable competitive advantage. Number three, the growing power of distributors, especially the retailers in marketing channel. The need to reduce distribution costs. So these are the four major factors in the growing importance of marketing channel. We will discuss this one by one. Number one is the explosion of information technology and electronic commerce. The prediction before was there is a disintermediation. This is the reduction on the number of intermediaries. That was the prediction, the forecast. But what is the reality? Because of rapid change in technology and globalization. Instead of disintermediation, there was a re-intermediation. This is the evolution of the new type of intermediaries. Example is Yahoo, eBay, Amazon. These are very strong in electronic commerce. We have here in the Philippines, Lazada, Shopee, and many more. And because of this pandemic, online entrepreneurship, it booms. The trend is going to this avenue. Online entrepreneurship or online business. And that is one form of intermediary. Why? Because you are in the middle between a producer, a manufacturer, and the consumer. So, if you are getting from a manufacturer producer and you do an online selling and you go to the customer, you are considered a marketing channel and intermediary. But because in reality, this so-called intermediary is re-intermediation. No? You are the evolution of the new type of marketing channel. Let's proceed to number 2. Number 2 deals with the difficulty in gaining sustainable competitive advantage. According to Michael Porter, there are two distinct competitive advantage, which is cost and differentiation, meaning to say you differentiate yourself from the competitor of your uniqueness, or you come in and use the business model as low cost. However, because of this growing importance of marketing channel, this is one area in the marketing mix, which is place. We have price, we have product, we have promotion, and we have place. And place, the objective of this to the consumer is convenience. However, producers, manufacturers would like to gain sustainable competitive advantage because they saw that in place strategy or distribution, it is very difficult for competitors to copy your marketing channel strategy. Very difficult to copy and paste your strategy with some competitors. So here, they want to gain sustainable competitive advantage to their business model, which is marketing channel strategy. They gain potential competitive advantage because place is more difficult for competitors to duplicate. And the next one is the growing power of distributors, especially retailers in marketing channel. We will discuss that. Because retailers are directly, or we can consider them as retailers is the window to the customers. Right now, the retailers which act as a gatekeepers, no, in the consumer market, they act as a buying agent for customers instead of a selling agent for the manufacturers. And that is true. These retailers and manufacturers or wholesalers are in agreement with the manufacturer and producer. However, there is now the power of these retailers. Why? Because they are the windows to the consumers. So that's why they are considered gatekeepers. And instead of acting as sales agent for manufacturers, they are now acting as buying agents for the consumers. Try to imagine a gate, no? A gate closes up and closes down. It moves up for you to enter. And the entry is the product coming from the manufacturer. And this product or the gate is being controlled by the retailer. That's how powerful the retailers are now. Let us continue. The next one is the need to reduce distribution costs. This is one factor in the growing reason for the importance of marketing channel. Really, if you can reduce your distribution cost, a company reduces also its operational expenses. And that is very important for the company because, we define profit as revenue minus expenses. And if you can control and minimize your distribution costs, you can increase your profit. And especially this distribution cost. Right now, the focus is on the channel structure and management. And that is totally true because in the channel management, companies have different types of distribution objectives. Maybe one company is doing intensive distribution, or a company is doing a selective distribution, or a company is doing an exclusive distribution objective. So, in other words, what type of distribution objective the company is using, it reduces its distribution cost. And that is very important in minimizing your operational expenses. So these wholesalers, these retailers, these intermediaries are expert in what they are doing. They have their own warehouses, they have their own fleets of vehicles, they have employees, they have offices, and there should be branches. Like for example, if you are a manufacturer and your product is being used in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, therefore, you must have intermediaries located in Luzon, maybe in the south, in the north, in the east, or in the west. So that is part of Luzon. If you are the wholesaler, and of course, there should be a retailer also located on these different geographic locations, also in Visayas and also in Mindanao. So in other words, if a manufacturer is located in Luzon, one of the best strategy is also to make a subsidiary or outlet or manufacturing company somewhere in Visayas and Mindanao to reduce the distribution cost. That is the strategy. So the focus is on the channel structure and the style of management business model. And our reference are these two. And thank you very much once again for those who are faithfully and consistently patronizing my YouTube channel. Keep safe, everyone, and see you next time. Goodbye and thank you.